one aspect of bodhicitta is that there's nothing more meaningful than serving others. There's nothing more meaningful in life than to be of benefit to others. If we didn't have that, what kind of meaning would we find in life? So the Bodhisattva understands that there's nothing more meaningful than this. And this is very important because as Rinpoche was speaking of eternalism and nihilism last night, this is a remedy for nihilism, for thinking that cause and effect there's no efficacy in what we do, or it doesn't matter what we do. It matters very much what we do, and there's tremendous power in how we move about the world because we're part of these bigger systems. We can't separate ourselves. So there's this incredible sense of responsibility that the Bodhisattva has. So it's a remedy for nihilism. That's the one aspect. And here we find a tremendous amount of agency. Like, we can't necessarily fix the world, but we do have agency about how we move about in it. And that's a very powerful idea, and it's very much a part of the Bodhisattva ideal and the Bodhisattva practice. So the second aspect then is understanding, and we talked about this last week, understanding that samsara is not a resolvable situation. So in a way, this is kind of a provocative or uncomfortable idea, I think, sometimes. So when we talk about samsara in Sanskrit means going around in circles. And Dungse explained that earlier today, like a fly in a jar. You know, sometimes when things are going our way, we're like a fly that's circling at the top of the jar. And sometimes we go through periods of difficulties, so we're like a fly circling the bottom of the jar, but we're still trapped. We're not free. And we're trapped in a system of hope and fear and, wanting and not wanting and so forth. So, here the basis of our suffering is samsara, and you might say that samsara is defined by trying to find security in a world that is dynamic. It's not a personal thing to us. It's just that we're trying to find security and happiness in a particular kind of way. And maybe it's not working that much, and there's a tremendous amount of hope and fear, and then, of course, it generates a lot of confusion and disturbance in our relationships as well. So that's the second part. Now, this is a remedy for eternalism. I was thinking a lot about eternalism. Eternalism might mean that you just want to see the world be a better place, but that's a little problematic. In its own, I was marveling at the one question someone asked Dungse this morning. Did they say it was eternalistic to aspire? That was an interesting question, because I think if we have a lot of hope and fear, and we're aspiring out of that mindset, then I think that's eternalistic. But I think to be a visionary, to envision, and to act in accordance with our own vision is a beautiful thing. And that's what's amazing about human beings is we have, unlike I think animals maybe, we have the ability to envision and imagine and innovate and create according to our vision. So this is our superpower, human superpower that we have.